Okay, I'm literally out here in a swimsuit. I'm down in a hole. You can see the material I'm starting to get now. Finally, I think I'm dialed in to a good zone. A lot of ironstone, rust, there's some busted up bedrock, and I think things are gonna improve now. So back down in a hole. All right. There we go. So I'm starting to get a little bit bigger pieces and a lot of chunky little guys as well. And this is about, I don't know, maybe a half pint of dirt. So this is greatly improved. And I've been digging around, kind of looking to where I'd get a number like this. So yeah, things are looking up. All right. So I've been out, probably 2.5, 3 hours. Very hard work. Some decent gold though, a few little bit larger flakes. There's lots of teeny tiny ones in there as well. So that's not too bad, and it's a fair start. Hopefully I can get a few bigger ones. All right, so it's early in the day. It probably got down to about 50 degrees last night, man. It was perfect. I'm gonna take some samples here and prospect this little feeder. So we'll see. I'm prospecting early in the morning, and you gotta prospect. It's the only way to find new spots. Otherwise, someone can bring you to their spot, and then everyone else can go in there, and it's too much. This is well worth it. And it's paid off a few times, so. And if you find a new one that no one's been going to, keep it to yourself. Because the news of any gold has a very strange way of getting out. Really, I should have brought a bigger pry bar. I have a little bit of a time of it, but check it out. It just runs straight down here into this. And then these guys are together. They're gonna be hard to pull apart, but we'll get it done. I like this. See all the packed material right there? There's probably more in here. I don't know how deep this fissure is. Probably shallow, but we can get to this good stuff here. This is a low spot in this particular creek as well, so hopefully something good will come from it. Samples from this spot. When I bust this baby open, this stuff, I got it. I thought I was gonna get my big bar, but busting that up, and then check it out, man. Look at all that material adhering to the side. That's super cool, and then just sitting on top of this schist. Oh yes. So if there's gold, it's gonna be in that packed stuff. So that was a good move. I should be able to remove this stone. And then I've got a killer sample that's really representative of the creek. So hopefully I'll have some good stuff to show. We'll see. All right, so I'm on another one. And I'm liking this section because this stuff will trap fine gold. And it runs all along here. I actually like this stuff. I like. Yeah. All right, so I'm at a panning spot now, and I was sampling, and so it looks like there's gold in one of the spots, and it was the one that I was thinking that it would be. The schist looked too good, and the material that was trapped between schist layers looked just terrific. So I'll have to swirl this a little more, but that's very encouraging. Yeah, it's the only way you get new spots. So I came to a place where... All right, well, it's going okay, but they're mostly very small, and We need to see more pieces like this, and probably 2 or 3 of them in a pan. Yeah, the gold's accumulating, but it's just not. There's a pretty good one. This one's a good one because it's rounded, so it has mass. It'll be a little bit heavier. There's always some little guys in there, but god darn it, I just like to get on those bigger pieces. Here's day 2's gold being placed into the pan. Yeah, I just cleaned it up. Not really day 2. I don't know. Yesterday the gold I got was, it took me about, I don't know, I was out there 4 or 5 hours. So I got a fairly equivalent amount. There's a few little chunkies in there. That guy right there, the bigger one. Yeah, I can pick him up. I don't know if I want to count him as a picker though, but yeah. All right, this is the gold I found. It's pretty significant. There's a couple of bigger pieces. And the quick story behind this is that I was using 2 snuffers, and so I only emptied 1 snuffer. I forgot about the other one and left it in the pouch in my backpack. And then, and that was from the first day. So I find that, and then I combine it, and I'm like, God almighty, this is a hell of a lot better than even I thought it was initially. So I think I ended up having a pretty good day. Probably more than 3/4 of a gram. I'll have to weigh it out. But regardless, I got a couple of bigger pieces too, which is always exciting in that spot. So, very cool.